Hi guys, so I know it's been forever. Forgive me for my absence, but the thing is, I have been caught up with a lot this past few months. It has been so demanding and somewhat exciting, and so I couldn't create long videos. I miss doing that actually. But then today I am back and I'm going to be giving you part of the gist for my absence. So make sure to stay till the end. Anyways, welcome back to another exciting episode of Money Chat with Hafsat. If this is your first time coming to my channel, my name is Hafsat Timilein Itonlai in full. I am an accountant and personal finance mentor. Yes, I love to talk about money because money is everything. Maybe, but yes, but we need money in order to achieve our goals and do most of the things that we love to do. And that's why I'm particularly interested in that. I want to achieve so much and I need to have a good relationship with my money in order for me to do that. Speaking of which, today I'm going to talk about what it feels like navigating out of your comfort zone. Why am I the right person for this topic? Is because, well, within the past 2 years, I have had the opportunity to navigate out of my comfort zone twice in a row. Yes, twice. You heard me say that. But today I'm not going to talk about the present one. I'm going to talking about what it was like for me to move from Kano State, Nigeria, down to Lagos, Nigeria, to seek for greener pasture. Yeah, but that's the truth. So, as at 2021, thereabout, I was still in Kano, working in Kano, and yes, I was working in a manufacturing, not really manufacturing company, the distributing arm of the bigger company. Yeah. So I was in the finance department as at 2021, although I got to experience sales department and I didn't really like it. So yeah, so I was there and to be honest, I wasn't satisfied with what I was doing. First of all, there was the fact that we're going to work on Saturdays. If there's anything I hate, is to go to work on Saturdays. Why? How much are you paying me to make me go to work on Saturdays? So that was like the annoying part. I wasn't really earning much. I was earning less than 100K. Imagine. So, and then it was a graduate training program, but it was so unstructured. I had to be meeting my coordinator there, like, okay, what am I supposed to be doing this month? What am I supposed to do next month? It just felt like I was giving my future to the wrong people. And I started thinking, why have you been hesitating to go to Lagos all those while? Is it because it's stressful? Is it because of this? Because of that? Like, I've heard so much about Lagos and I was like, am I sure I want to go there? But then after being in Kano for, like, working in Kano for a while, I'm like, Afsat, the office of the accountant general is not in Lagos, it's in Abuja. Big Fours are not in Kano, is in Lagos. Like, most of the kind of places I would like to work with were not within Kano State. So what was I still doing in Kano State? Anyway, so that was what motivated me to begin applying to jobs outside of Lagos, outside of Kano, sorry. And fortunately for me, I started gaining traction. And yes, so this is me gisting you about my journey to Sterling. And fortunately, I got shortlisted for final interview. But guess what? I was asked to come to Lagos for the interview. So it means I had to travel. No one told me that finding a job requires you investing into the job first. You needed money, my dear. I didn't know I needed money. But at that point, I realized that a part of me knew that I was going to get the job. Like I was 85% certain I was going to get it. That was the last stage. I've been through over several stages. I made it. So there's a chance I was going to get it. So I decided to pull out some funds from my savings, little savings. I was earning less than 100K and I was still able to keep some money aside. And that was the journey to spending money. That was how it started. Anyways, I set out money aside. I used the money to travel to Lagos. I had to fund myself, go and come back for the interview. That was just the beginning. Few weeks later, I got the job and I had to travel down to Lagos again to resume training school. That was when I started spending money. See, it's funny that it's funny, but the truth is we actually need money to make money. You need it. You need money to pay to revamp your CV if need be. If I see people these days spending money to upgrade their LinkedIn account and all of that, you spend money. You spend money for data. You spend money to buy suits, everything. So when I needed to travel to Lagos, I had to buy clothes, buy this one, buy that one. In fact, I had to meet Mom C too, add funds for me and all of that. But what gave me the nudge, the strength to do that was because I had some part of the money that I needed to finance that movement. So, and also a part of me knew I was going to be posted to Lagos. But I felt like, okay, I still had time to figure that out. Anyways, that was how I went to training school. In fact, during training school, they had to send us back home again because it was hybrid. We needed to go back to, for instance, me that came from Kano, I was supposed to go back to Kano and then after 2 weeks come back again to Lagos. I can tell you within that 3 months, I traveled at least 4 to 6 times. Kano to Lagos, Kano to Lagos. You can imagine how much it cost. In fact, at some point, I had to use flight. That was like my first time using flying, and it was expensive. I paid for flight 75k. I paid for that amount like twice. It was that demanding. So imagine if I didn't have, let's say, part of the money. How would it be like for me to go and start meeting maybe friends, family to please come and contribute money for me? See, my dear, nobody is going to help you fund your dreams. I've grown to realize that. So that's the journey to Lagos. Now I am in Lagos. I got posted to work in the head office, fortunately. And it was kind of like far from where I was supposed to stay. That is, if I wanted to stay with my uncle, was staying very far from my workplace. So I needed to get somewhere closer to my workplace. And so, because money is hard to get, there is no money. I can't afford to get a Lagos apartment immediately. I had to move in with a family friend, and it wasn't really a nice experience. So there's this thing about you not having more your money. It means you have to depend, you have to rely on some people. But the thing about doing that is there's a limit to that. Don't make it too long. At most 1 month, 2 months, pack your bags and go elsewhere. It's not good. There are a lot of disadvantage that comes with relying on people to help you cater to some of your bills or responsibility. And so at first I thought I was going to stay with the person for, let's say, about 4 months. I think that was about for August to like December. But by September, I was like, Hafsat, it's no longer feasible. You have to get a space. And I couldn't do that. How much have I earned? I was just working. I just started working for like 2 months. There's nothing I've saved up. In fact, what I wanted to use to finance getting a space was a job. A job is a must. Ajo is very, very important, honestly. I have benefited from Ajo. So I started contributing my money and I made a mistake of picking number 5. And I needed the money urgently. I didn't know I was going to need the money so soon. And so I needed at least, let's say, about 500 to, in fact, the actual amount I needed was 800 plus. But I was able to raise some. I had still some little savings again. Money comes when you start saving money, handling your money very well. It kind of like comes and you have something to fall back on. But I needed, let's say, about 500k. And to be honest, I didn't know. I had to pick up my phone and reach out to one of my friends. Fortunately, she had that amount with her. But what if I told you that that money she needed to finance part of our wedding? Our wedding was coming soon. In fact, I didn't know. It was after she gave me the money. And then I was like, babe, I won't be able to pay you back this money till 3 months time and what? And she was like, okay. Hey, God. Khadija, shout out to you. You are a lifesaver. She came through for me. To be very honest, this was the first time I ever loaned a huge sum in my life. I borrowed 500k from Khadija, and that was what I used to get an apartment. That was just the rent. House in Lagos is very expensive. If you say you want to move to Lagos, if you don't have your own money and if you don't have, let's say, a good support system that is going to help you, it's a huge risk. It's demanding. It's financially challenging. Leaving your comfort zone is financially challenging. Anyways, I got my space. You know my space now. I'm actually not there right now. I'm not going to tell you where I am now, but yes, My beautiful space that gradually became a mini studio, and I started using it to create content. I needed that space. I am thankful for getting that space. It was challenging. I remember the first day I got to that apartment, I was literally crying. I was broke. October 2022. Yes, I was extremely, that was one of the most challenging phases I've ever been to. September, October, I was broke. See, I even reached out to some of my friends, people that I called my friends. Some left me hanging. Everybody have their own priorities, to be very honest. And that's one of the disadvantages of trying to think people will come and help you or help you solve your problem. It's not feasible. In fact, I had a friend that was in Kenya. Then at that point, he needed to go for vacation. Who am I to tell him that, please come and borrow me 200K out of that? No, that's not. His priority was his vacation. So I cannot expect him to come and cater to my responsibilities for me. I had to sort my problem by myself. I had someone that left me hanging. This is the same person that I've reached out to me several times and I've come through for. But then he literally did not check my messages till maybe 2 weeks or whatever. I was so broke that I even collected urgent 2K. See, I collected urgent 2K. And that experiences was part of the reason why I decided to build a very strong relationship with money. I know I needed money to do a lot of things. If there's another opportunity that's going to come tomorrow, I needed money to able to help me finance it. And that's part of the reason why I started saving money. I am still saving money. And that's why I keep looking for a source of income and all of that. See, the lifestyle in Lagos is very, very high. It is expensive. Feeding, transportation, housing especially. It is, see, the amount I paid to get that my studio apartment, I can use it to get a 3-bedroom flat in Kano State, Nigeria. That's the annoying thing. That room is so small. But see, because of that extra responsibility that came, that burden, that challenge, it made me start seeking and sourcing for extra sources of income. Don't think you can rely on one source of income if you are moving out of your comfort zone, or if you are moving to a very high high lifestyle place like Lagos. It was at some point I started running a business. I started selling dates and all of that. There's going to be a more detailed video about starting a business and running a business, the challenges that came with it, the experience that came with it. That's going to be for another video. But I needed to go to stretch. I needed to go beyond being just a banker to find other sources of income. I was writing. You know, the amazing thing was, despite working full time as a banker, I still had time to. I created the time because I became so passionate in talking about finances. I was creating content, written content. I graduated to doing this video content, audio. I started creating a lot of content. I still had time to reach out to my friends, help them with their finances and all of that. At some point, I get it. I got paid for it. I created templates. I sold it. I got a writing gig. I earned money from it. I started stretching myself. And that's one of the things that comes with staying out of your comfort zone. You're going to have to stretch yourself and go beyond your capacity. You actually do not know. You actually have not reached your limit or stretch as much as possible. I swear to God, is still you are able to go outside of your comfort zone, they are going to realize that you can do so much, you can handle so much. See, I've experienced a lot of financially challenging phases and I survived it. And it has also increased my risk threshold. I am more riskier by the day. Like, I can take risk. In fact, this past few months, I told you I've been absent. It was because I got an opportunity and I was bold enough to take that opportunity and to go for it. Which brings me to tell you that I have once again moved out of the comfort zone that I crafted for myself. I'm somewhere else now. I'm not going to tell you where I am. It could be Abuja, Nigeria, or maybe okay, no, it's not Canada. But yes, so that's the story for another day. I'm not going to tell you that now. So what's the moral of this video? Is to tell you that If truly you want to attain so much, you have a goals that you want to achieve, then you need to start playing your part to make that a reality. How is that going to happen? Finances. A lot of people want to travel, you want to jackpot, there is no money, but you are eating, or you are flexing, you are shopping, you are spending on impulse. It's those little money that you are spending without keeping account for it that is actually going to help you do something. You want to embark on a project, you want to take a course, you don't have money. Who is going to help you fund it? Nobody. You don't want to put yourself in a situation whereby you probably maybe jackpot, you borrowed money to jackpot, and then you get there, you are looking for a job, you are looking for how to eat, and you're also looking for how to pay back your loan that you have collected. My dear, it is very, very difficult. It is going to be very difficult for you to navigate out of your comfort zone and do the things that you want to do if you don't have your equity contribution, your own part. For instance, now, if you want to go to bank to, let's say, borrow a huge amount, they'll ask you, how much do you have? How much are we adding to it? If you don't have your own contribution, 30%, 50%, 60%, nobody is going to risk their own money and give it to you and tell you, go and use it to become this, or go and use it to start your business, or go and use it to travel. It's not feasible. The ball is in your court. It is up to you to and bring yourself closer to your goals. I am doing that gradually for myself, and that's the goal of Money Chat with Hafsat, to create this financially aware community to try to get us to achieve our financial goals together. I hope I didn't bore you with this conversation. I just got so engrossed in what I'm doing right now. And if I should continue this way, we're probably going to keep going on and on and on and on. It's really nice catching up with you guys after about 2 months. I promise to be more available and to create more content. And I've actually been creating short videos. I hope you're following those videos. I hope you're taking the lessons. If you want a one-on-one session, I am here for you. I am here, just that it might cost you some money, because time is money and baby girl is busy. So yes, but then there are other content available to you from my channel, from my platform, free of charge. I hope you actually do make use of that. So thank you for sticking with me to the end. It's really nice catching up with you again. Take care.